guys, it's Lua, and today we're very excited. We're doing our April TBR jar game. That being said, let's just go over the rules real quickly. I did explain it in my last TBR jar game, which was the first edition. I'm new here, so chances are you're also new here. So let's go over the rules. We have two jars. We have a gold jar and we have our cauldron. The gold jar is our prompt jar. I pick 3 prompts on a normal month, but when I don't finish the previous month's TBR, my penalty is that I pick 4 prompts from here. I pick an extra book. Now the cauldron, she's the scary bitch. In her, we have my unread TBR, as well as a few books I'm willing to reread that I feel maybe it's time for a reread. If by the chance that I pull something from either of those jars and I either can't make a prompt work, don't want to do that prompt, or refuse to read a book from that cauldron, then the penalty is that I have to pick another prompt. If I do finish the previous month's TBR that I set out for myself in this TBR jar game, then I do get a reward. The reward is essentially I get to pick a mood read. It's a book of my choice for that month. That's it. That's the rules. Nothing too deep or complex. That being said, let's go over how last month went, shall we? I failed. I did. I did fail last month. My excuse is that I got new hours at work. I'm working longer hours and finding time to read and edit videos is becoming more challenging. I'm still getting comfortable finding the times in my days that I could squeeze reading in, as long with all the other shit that I have to do. But let's go over what we did read. I did read Girl in Pieces. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't love it. I did read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Hollow City. I gave this one 4.5 out of 5 stars. Adorable. I love this little series. It's really cute and fun. I'm planning to finish Secrets in the Dark by the end of this month. For reference, this is getting filmed March 28th. So within the next, 4 days, I plan to read like 400 pages. But this book actually reads really fast. I have high hopes. As for this piece of garbage that I pulled and the Virgin Suicides, there's just no way in hell that that's happening. I did read a little graphic novel called I Hate Fairyland. I'll put it up here. It was really cute and fun. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. That's what we got read. I don't know, everything just took me so much longer to read this month, so we failed. The penalty, we will be picking 4 prompts from here and 1 book out of here. So, challenging myself again to read 5 books in 1 month. Last month, I also had big goals to fit on the books that I wanted to the prompts. This month, I'm gonna try to not do that. I would like, if I can, to get Library of Souls on. Aside from that, it's pretty much free reign. I just would really like to try and get some spring type feeling books on there. That's what I would say is my biggest goal. I can't wait any longer. I'm way too excited. Let's get started. All right, first prompt. Oh, one fell out. Okay. All right. So this one is read a book by a female author. That's very doable. That is very doable. Give me a moment. I'm gonna go look around and see what we can find. All right, I've returned. I have a few options for this one. I'm a little torn. So the first one, I was thinking maybe I would try out my first Jane Austen book. This one is Northanger Abbey. I thought it'd be a good place to start. Something about Jane Austen gives me like spring vibes. That's an option. I'm also thinking about My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Ottessa Moshfegh. This one I really want to read. And also Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado. All by female authors. I think I'm going to be smart and pick My Year of Rest and Relaxation because I know I'm gonna have the audiobook on Libby coming to me sometime this month. And also I'm just really excited about it. I think we're gonna pick that one for our first prompt. So my year of rest and relaxation features our main character who, on the surface, should be happy, but she's not. She decides to take the year off and completely alienate herself from her current relationships and obligations as a way of healing from the depression she's in. The storygraph describes this as dark, funny, and reflective, and I'm very excited for it. Alright, prompt 2. Alright, give me something good. Nothing evil, please. Alright. Okay, so this one is a poetry collection. I'm gonna have to look around because I know I have one that I started but never finished. Let me see what I have. Well, I really only had one option for this because I don't have a ton of poetry books, so I guess I'll be finishing the collected poems of Emily Dickinson. I literally got this book probably in like 2019 and gradually have read a little bit and bit and bit. In poetry books I always mark my favorite one. I don't typically dog ear, but in poetry collections I will write in them and dog ear. Okay, this definitely gives me spring vibes. I would say not really what I was hoping for, but fine. I accept it. Alrighty, our third prompt. I'm getting a little bit nervous because I want to read Library of Souls. Can I get something to fit that, please? Okay, let's see. Okay, this one is read a book with a diverse main character. I don't have anything off the top of my noggin, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna have to look around. I'm gonna have to see what I got that could fit this. Let me see. Okay. Well, I actually have 2 options for this one. One is A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest J. Gaines. This one I know is about a black man who gets blamed for the murder of somebody. His cousin is like visiting him in jail awaiting his death sentence. Sounds really sad, but I've literally had it for years and I've been trying to bring myself into the mental space to read this. And I also have Docile by K.M. Sparza. This one has LGBTQ representation, I believe. It has a bit of a gay love affair. This one is so bizarre. As soon as I heard about it, I've been wanting to read it. So that's why I'm definitely more drawn to reading this one. I think they're both dark in their own way, but I feel like this one is a bit more digestible for me right now. So I think I'm gonna go with Docile. Now, Docile is a weird bitch of a book. It's somewhat of a dystopian sci-fi where the poor members of society are indebted to the rich, and the only way to repay these debts are through what is essentially sexual servitude. This book is LGBTQ, and the storygraph describes it as challenging, dark, and reflective. Alright, so this is our last prompt. I'm scared at this point because I really wanted to get Library of Souls on this list, and this is our last chance to really do it because it's very doubtful that we would actually pull it from that cauldron. Alright, fingers crossed. Okay. Alright, this one is read a book that has chaotic energy. Damn it! Don't get me wrong, I love that. But I wouldn't really say that this has chaotic energy. Alright, there's several off the top of my head that I could think of. I'm gonna grab them and we'll pick from there. So I pulled my top 3 for this question, which is number 1, The Collector by John Fowles. This book is coined as the first modern psychological thriller. The main character, he is a lonely clerk and he has a hobby of collecting butterflies, but he becomes obsessed with this young art student. He basically abducts her. He collects her the way he would collect a butterfly, and the story goes from there. What could be more nuts than that? I don't fucking know. Oh, well, then there's this one, which... do I even need to say? I still haven't read Bunny. What could have more chaotic energy, though? What could have more chaotic energy than Bunny? And my third pick was The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. This is hard. This is hard. Is it really the month to read Bunny? I think I'm gonna go with Bunny. I was really debating between that and The Collector. I guess I just felt a little bit more drawn to this one. I feel like it fits the prompt probably better than anything else could. So with every review I've heard of Bunny, it has been described as the epitome of chaos and bizarreness. And from what I understand, our protagonist is a bit of an outsider. Well, that is until she receives an invite to the Bunny Smut Salon and sees the dark side of what these sorority girls have been up to. That being said, I guess it's time for our cauldron pick. And I'm really nervous about it. It was actually insane last month that I picked the book that I wanted to pick. Let's finally pick our cauldron prompt. I'm very scared. Alright, here we go. Let's see what the cauldron is going to bring to us. Girl in pieces? Girl in pieces? Holy shit. You guys are gonna think I cheated. You guys are gonna think I fucking cheated. I picked it. Is that not crazy? I'm gonna have it linked down below, but that shit blew me, genuinely. But I guess that being said, let's do our cauldron pick. Alright. I really better not pick Library of Souls because then you guys are really gonna think I'm a fucking cheater. But I hope I do pick something good at least. I hope it's not a reread because I don't want to do that shit. Alright. Something I don't like, I might just take a penalty. Oh. I picked out a book that's already on my fucking TBR. I picked out Docile. So we're gonna pick again. Alright. Don't do that again to me. Alright. Okay. So I picked out And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. It will be my first Agatha Christie book. And I'm gonna accept it. Let me go grab it. So, it will be my first Agatha Christie book, and, like, I mean, that's great. That's great, right? I mean, it's great. Agatha Christie is the queen of mystery, and the story is pretty widely known, so I'll make this synopsis brief. It begins with 10 strangers, all who have somewhat of a dark past. They were all summoned as weekend guests to a private island. One by one, they're murdered, and by the time the weekend ends, there's nobody left, and only the dead are above suspicion. I do expect that to be a great book, because everyone says it is, right? But then we run into the issue that I wanted to read this, and I have this issue with always doing what I want to do. So I'm probably going to listen to the audiobook of this month, and I'm probably going to fail my TBR jar game again. But you guys are just going to have to cross your fingers for me in hopes that I come through. But that being said, that's our stack. Let me pick these up so you can see what we're reading for the month. It's our little stack. This is our guys. That's fine. I'm such a brat because there's so many of these books here that I really think I will love. But because I didn't get on the one book that I wanted to get on, I'm angry now. I'm upset. So I'm gonna try and fit this guy right in there too. Maybe. I guess that is my April TBR. And I guess I should get some excitement behind it and stop being such a bitch. But yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Change the world.